All right, here's your 2-minute refresher for writing linear equations. What do we need to remember? Well, what we need to remember first, always with writing an equation, is what is the equation? So y equals mx plus b. Okay, and what we need to remember from this is what is my m stand for and what does my b stand for? Well, the m, that is our slope, okay? And really, we just need to remember it as our change in y over change in x. Okay, then we have our y-intercept. So that's the y-intercept, and I'm going to abbreviate that. And that is where our x equals 0. So we're going to look for where x equals 0 when we're thinking about our y-intercept. Okay, so we're going to do this in two different things. We're going to go rapid fire. So first, to find my slope, my change in y over change in x, I'm thinking, what is the change in y here? Well, from 7 to 5, we're going down 2. Okay, so I know that the change in y equals -2. Over my change in x, what's the change in x? From here, from -2 to 1, it's 1. So -2 over 1, so my m equals, well, -2 over 1 is just -2. Then I look for where x equals 0 for my y-intercept. Well, I see where the x equals 0 right here. So my b, we're looking at the y value right there, so b equals 3. So we can go ahead and write our equation now. Y equals -2x plus 3. Okay, let's do that same thing for our graph. So we're going to go ahead and try to find my slope. Now, the first thing we need to do is find 2 points. So let me write that here. Find 2 points. 2 points. Super important when you're looking at graphs. So our first point, I notice we have a good point right here. Remember, a point is one that I can definitely say the x and the y coordinates for. So right here's a good one. And I don't see another good one until I get all the way down here. Remember, my change in y is how far do we need to go down. My change in x is how far we need to go over. So how far did I need to go down to get from that point down to in line with this point? Well, we went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my change in y was 5. I'll write that over here. Change in y equals 5. What's about my change in x? How far am I going over here? 5 as well. So the change in x equals 5. Remember, it's change in y over change in x. 5 over 5 equals 1. So my m equals 1. Okay, then I need to find the b, my y-intercept. Well, that is literally where it crosses the y-axis. It's that point right there. And so my b equals 5. I'm going to put this into an equation. Y equals 1x plus 5, or just y equals x plus 5. Slightly longer than 2 minutes, but this is an important one.